As a leader, you are always supposed to be on the knife edge, isn't it? Fire team members, replace team members, tell someone that they need to get a promotion, ensure that everyone is tight knit, ensure that the company is growing. There's so much of pressure, so much of responsibilities in your shoulder, isn't it? What if I told you that the single biggest thing that you can learn, especially from 2026 onwards, is one little communication hack that completely transforms your leadership life once and for all. In today's episode number 73, we are live after a week. It is exactly what we are going to uncover. Buckle up your seats, make sure that you get yourself a good amount of notebooks or some kind of a Slido, get your iPads or whatever it is out, because today we are going to decode all of it in the form of frameworks that you can immediately start using from today itself. My name is Dr. Surya, and we are here in Daily Live with Dr. Surya, episode number 73. Now, when we started just this whole journey of creating world class content every single day, it all began with the objective of learning every single day, implementing, practicing. And because in the past, back in 2021, what we realized is when showing up for the world is when it is bringing so much of more value, why not really continue that itself as a process? Now, over the last 1 week, well, we were obviously not regular leading up to the New Year's Eve, the New Year in particular. Everything kind of went for a toss. And then we wanted to sort of double down. If you remember, if you've just watched the previous set of episodes, it's all been about, okay, now we're going to be doing 2 episodes per day or 3 episodes back to back. We are always going to do it. But then everything just nosedived completely. And much like majority of the resolutions that people make every new year, isn't it? Uh, Around 95% of the resolutions don't even go beyond the third day. And then almost 99% of them, it's just gone even before the first week of the new year gets over. Now, on one end, there is always this situation of, oh my God, Suryadeep, how much more, like what is wrong with you? This is how manyth time that you're making the same error over and over again. You make a resolution, you started off strong, you achieved a lot of success, and then everything goes down to stagnancy, goes down to a nosedive. And automatically, the first response that comes in by default is all the mess that is going on. Sleep gone for a toss, content not going on, reading not happening, journaling 4 days piled up, everything all over the place. Of course, you've had success in the month of December, but guess what? The January batch has also started, and yet everything has gone into stagnancy. Now, deep down, day in and day out, forget about how the world is treating us. We take up full responsibility to beat ourselves down to bruises. Does that really provide any solution? In fact, it makes things worse, if not anything else. You are not even able to do the first set of things that you know that comes naturally to you. You know that it's something that you enjoy, and then everything else goes for a toss. Now, for you as a leader, obviously, if you're in a situation like me, you're in a much better place. But I can surely imagine how worse it will be when you already have a partner, a spouse, a husband, a wife, a family to take care of. You got children who are dependent on you, both for emotional support, financial support, and then giving them the time as well. So, professionally, when something goes in for a nosedive, everything falls apart. Now, for you, even as a team member, people look up to you. So, you've got teams to take care of. And for you not being in the right state, obviously, it does not allow you to lead from the front, does it? Now, in this enormous scenario, it's not like I did not speak to Yogeshwari about it, but it's more about I started asking myself, what is it that I did in the past that did not help me at all? And the responses shocked me to the core. Instead of doubling down on what am I supposed to do. So ideally, my default mode would be, okay, fine. I have 7 days of journaling pending, 7 days of life pending. I have more than 20, 25 tasks that is piled up. Previous month's cohort is over. Now this particular month is going on. We need to make all those changes, bring all the pieces together, make all those upgradations. All of these things comes into the picture. And at the same time, my space needs a little cleanup. I have to ensure that my workstation is cleared. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be cleaned in my system. The previous sessions uploads, all those back end desk job, the operations tasks that comes in, it's all way too overwhelming. Now mind you, by that same time also, that comes in the health related and additional, the different categories of life alignment. So the workouts, the proper healthy eating, the going to sleep on time, reading, learning, implementation, making videos, creating courses, ensuring that all those mind maps and everything are in place, starting to connect on social media, LinkedIn, like-minded people, leaders like you know, reaching out to you all of these things acts more of a snowball, and the more we push ourselves towards it, the worse things gets. It's only yesterday that I got to realize, the moment I sit down on my laptop and I feel like, oh my god, again I have to do a live. What's going to be my topic? Oh my god, I haven't even been reading. I haven't even been journaling. I haven't been going through any courses. I haven't been learning anything at all. I haven't even finished all my backlog tasks that are pending. And now, oh my God, all amongst all this, I have to show up as a for a live to teach something, to train something. Like, I literally have nothing at this point of time. So why bother? Let's enjoy one more TV series. Let's have some chips and coke. Let's just while away the time. I mean, anyways, it's just the 10th day of the year. I have the entire year left in front of me. Who's gonna know what's gonna happen? Now, the two contrasting emotions. One, complete guilt, complete fight, fright, and flight, complete adrenaline rush, in such a manner where we are always pressurizing ourselves to to finish the backlogs and at least come to that zone where we are breaking even in terms of the tasks for the day and all the previous pileups and the upcoming tasks that are yet to come up. Or the complete opposite, why bother? And this is where we need to establish this very firm foundation of kindness. So yesterday I ended up sleeping around, I think, 14 hours. Morning I woke up, again I went to sleep, again I woke up, and again I slept. In the afternoon I slept, in the evening I slept. Had no clue why was I sleeping for this long, but I just kept sleeping, only to wake up and beat myself up yet again. Although this time I took out my journal, and instead of cursing myself, I started writing down, what would my dream life look like? And instead of just painting a beautiful picture of how the dream life looks like, I just started asking myself, okay, if I have all the money and time in this world, all the money and time in this world, how would I design my dream life? Now, let me give you a simple glimpse of how that looks like. By the way, if you're listening to this right now, please feel free to pause, take out a piece of paper, and start writing down your dream life in phases. What do I mean by phases? You're obviously not going to accomplish everything within a day, within a couple of hours. But if you work towards it over a period of time, there is a big possibility that it might happen. So I started writing, okay, fine. How does my phase one look like? Well, phase one right now, we've got December, our cohort started last month. January, we have 5 students, 4 students. One is going to sign up for the month of February. February, if we are able to close 5 students, that's 3 back-to-back cohort months that has officially started. So can I take the time to ensure that by the end of this year, I will at least have a proper system end to end in which I am creating a proper platform where I can host 20 to 25 students per batch, and we can run two batches, one in the morning slot, one in the evening slot. Possible if we work properly, considering that there are three profiles: Yogeshwari's profile, my profile, and then Sun's Den profile. We're able to organize it and optimize our entire time. Again, working 4 to 5 hours a day, not more than that. It is pretty much possible. The more touch points that we have, the easier it becomes for people to book the calls, and the more people book the calls with me, it becomes easier for me to close them for the cohort. So it's gettable. It's possible. Are there people in this world who have done it? Oh yes, definitely. People like Simon Squibb, people like Jasmine Alec, people like Matt Lakajev. These are the people who do not run a single. Okay, Matt Gray. They do not run any ads, and they have people inquiring for their services. So it's pretty much possible. Good. So now phase one includes sold out cohorts. That's it. Creating systems and SOPs, creating a process that can be replicated, and ensuring that it becomes my habit. Possible. Okay. Now what's stopping me? And I come to realize that this is the device that is stopping me. So the easiest thing to do is to keep this device away. That's it. Simple as that. Okay. That's phase one. Now, what will be phase two? Phase two is more about expansion. So if we are able to, let's just say, slowly increase the ticketing price of every single cohort, and we create a strong supply and demand where the demand is huge, but the supply is less, obviously people are going to keep signing up. So can I create systems so that I can serve the rest of the people in the form of Udemy micro courses, something that I enjoy building? Okay, I need to master marketing. I need to get all the marketing pieces sorted in a way that I don't put any excruciating overwhelm for myself. Now, is that possible? Well, pretty much, because anyways, Yogeshwari is taking care of the marketing. I just need to take care of the sales and the back-end tech ops, which again, 70, 75, 80% of it is done. Just need a little bit of tweak in order to make that happen. And then I also need to step up in the marketing thing so that the processes that she's following, I will also follow. And that's it. We start creating results. The same thing goes in for creating more and more content that people can search and they can get to know about whatever it is that we are doing parallelly while the live streams like this is going on. Now that's phase two. Phase three is more of, again, expansion. Now, again, phase two, we might launch another new form of a cohort. The students who are graduates from our Speak to Lead might as well want something related to executive communication or executive fluency, something that Yogeshwari has been planning. But I'm very particular about systems that until and unless one system is optimized, there's no point creating the next system. So building that as a part of phase two. Phase three, because we have money flowing in right now, that's when the expansion happens. So the right team members who know their job, specific role based team members, kickstarting the performance marketing and the ads, kickstarting the membership systems, the added streams of income, the social media optimization across different social media platforms, having specific in-house experts that takes care of every single role, so that the whole flywheel kicks in, both in terms of organic as well as performance marketing, and slowly as a brand we are continuing to grow. Now that is when I felt, okay, fine, yeah, this looks good. Yeah, so really, finally we are out from that phase. Now we are all set to wake up in the morning and work. But then that's not enough, because if the vision is not big enough, then it doesn't pull you, it doesn't inspire you to really wake up and do it. So that's when phase four came in. Phase four is when it's all about expansion. There's always this dream of creating the biggest schools, hospitals, universities, diagnostic centers, everything happening absolutely for free. While we will be earning a lot of money in this entire process, until unless you know what are you going to do with that money, you're just going to be running and running and running without any proper stop. Now that was my journal entry for yesterday and then day before yesterday. And the moment I finished writing it, there was this sense of relief. And something deep inside told me that, oh, Saturday, right now, today is a Saturday. It's a pretty long day because today is usually the podcast shoot day. I shoot two podcasts with Yogeshwari. I shoot two podcasts with my brother, and then uploading all of that, scheduling all of that. And then our cohort, yet again, unfortunately, it shifted onto a weekend, which I usually would try to avoid. But then again, it started. There's nothing that we can do. Obviously, from the upcoming cohort, we'll be making that a very, very strict change that works all the way through weekdays itself, so that weekends are completely free, zero agenda, and I know that I only have the cohort to work towards. This was possible because I decided not to speak to myself in a very, very rude manner, in a, in a taken aback manner. And because of that, finally, we can actually start doing the work. Now, it might sound easier said than done, but when you start actually looking at the problem, you automatically begin to feel kindness towards yourself, because at the end of the day, you realize that, fine, what has happened, it can't be undone. And there's no point beating yourself up because you're only going to make things worse. What you can do is to really see what is it that we can learn from it and how can we work towards in terms of improving it. The same thing you do with yourself, the same thing you do with your team members. You sit down with them and you ask them, okay, fine, see, this is the problem that has happened. Now I want to know from you is what is it that we are going to work towards right now, so that we don't see this problem ever again. And you'll be surprised and shocked on how effortless and how easy things turn out to be. Right now, as I'm speaking, am I feeling rusty? 100% yes. Am I feeling horrible? Not really. Am I feeling good? Oh, definitely yes, compared to the last entire 1 week. In fact, I've also come to realize that these daily lives is pretty much acts as my oxygen that takes care of the rest of the day. It just energizes me to the next level. So the same way, you will also be able to find the stuff that you do in your as a part of your work culture are the stuff that energizes you. Could be something as simple as just showing up for the office, just interacting with your team members, just helping someone solve a particular problem. So that's framework number one. You break down the problem, start working towards it, break them down into phases in terms of the vision and the goals, and make it a very, very compelling vision that actually acts as a magnet that pulls you towards doing the things that is needed. The second thing is to ask for help. And in most cases, you will always find, as a leader, it might seem that, oh my God, yeah, I mean, I'm already a leader. Why is it that I need to ask for help? But you'll be so surprised. The leaders who are the greatest in the planet are the ones that always ask for help. They have their peers across their own industries, as well as the other departments within their industries. So if you are a sales expert, let's just say I've done this in the past, I will always go, at times I go to the support team or the operations team and I ask for their inputs. What would they do if they were in my place? And it's such a fascinating thing that they'll give you such a unique perspective towards solving that problem. You'll begin to realize, oh my God, is it this simple? And that's the power of expertise from a different perspective. So for me, I know that, let's just say Yogeshwari, she is someone who is very, very particular when it comes to momentum and then systems, and then she fits in and everything falls in place. However, the same thing happens in the other way around as well. When the momentum is gone, then things can completely slack out, and that becomes a natural default system. So when I asked her about what are the things that we can start working towards, she just gave me the first, second, and the third action steps that she can work towards. And it was mind boggling that she has the next entire year's content calendar already sorted. Now, this is something that I cannot come up with because I am more focused towards, okay, If I am able to do this live right now, what is the end to end process from the moment of starting to the moment of finishing the live? What are the steps and processes and the sequences that I underwent in order to make sure that the live is a successful one? All the way from beginning to the end in such a manner that it turns out to be a beautiful, beautiful structure. That's my strength. So, retrospective analysis or reverse engineering is something that I'm very, very good at. It takes out the best in me. For her, though, it's about how can I look forward a month from now, 3 months from now, 5 months, 6 months, a year from now, and ensure that I'm able to set a target and achieve it. Now, there have been situations when the targets were kept, which is far bigger to achieve than it felt like, and obviously we were not able to reach those targets. But again, that's again another learning lesson, which for me, unfortunately, turned out in the most toxic manner, because I get into the taunt and the blame game and everything. But for her, she takes it as a feedback. She takes it as learning, and now that is something new for me to learn. All this is possible because I'm kind to myself, and then I'm kind to her, the person I'm asking help from. Every single manner, kindness works. And then finally, the last framework I'm going to leave you today is how you are able to use the resources that you have in store. There was this little search that I was doing over internet, and I came across this very interesting term called dummies. Okay, dummies, dummies. I was fascinated that there are a total of, I will just make a little bit of a calculation. 547 multiplied by 6. There are a total of 3,282 books written by the greatest experts for dummies. Physics for dummies, Canva for dummies, Facebook ads for dummies, soft skills for dummies, C++ for dummies. You name any subject, field, uh, problem in this world, there is an expert in this world who has written a proper 250 to 400 page book called the topic or that specific problem or the specific solution for dummies. Just go check it out on the internet. You'll be blown away. And if this is the level of resources that we have in store, if we have AI, if we have YouTube, if we have Google, now Google has also turned AI mode over the last couple of months. You know that every single problem that is there, you can literally solve it. If you're not able to solve it, you can ask an expert trained by the brightest, trained with the brightest minds on the planet, who is there to sit with you to solve that entire problem for you, one step at a time. Why not make the most of it? This is you being resourceful. This is you tapping into the unlimited resources that you have at your fingertips right now to be able to find out what problem is it that you're going through, what are the solutions that you need to work on it, and all you have to do is just act on it. Even better, if you're able to feed AI with these information. Imagine if I'm having that book for dummies. I'm just taking an example, uh, coaching for dummies, and I upload that book and I just ask AI, well, this is an amazing book. Can you help me understand the frameworks in the form of a conversation? That's it. I can learn faster without even having to read the book from cover to cover. But that will not happen until and unless I really give myself the permission to accept it's okay to mess up. Absolutely okay. And the moment that happens, you'll realize that no one is charging you. No one is charging you. That's the beauty of being a leader. The only pressure that gets created is the pressure that we build on ourselves. Today, I'm telling you, this is the 10th of January. All the evaluations are already taken care of because I have a phenomenal partner who's always supportive and understands there's some challenge that I'm going through for which I'm not able to function at my peak level. She's there to understand the problem, diagnose the problem, and solve it while help me in the process. It's also pretty amazing and fascinating that None of the students has charged me. Surya, why aren't you giving me feedback? Because they know that I'm going to show up today in the evening for the session. It's so amazing that none of my newsletter subscribers, none of my YouTube subscribers, none of my Facebook followers, none of my LinkedIn followers have charged me. Oh my God, Suryadeep, I didn't see an live from you. For you, I'm gonna unfollow you, I hate you for whatever. It's so crazy that the world is just moving exactly how it has to. It's only me who's putting all the pressure on myself. The moment I lift that, well, here I am, giving you a framework of what was my learning over the last 7 days. And from this moment on, well, Yogeshwari has blessed me that she's going to help me create that framework for a calendar in which I don't really have to think anymore. So the decision fatigue is also taken care of from the upcoming live onwards. So what is it going to happen from this moment on? Well, I don't really want to make any promises until and unless I am being consistent for 90 days. If there is anything that I have realized over the last 5 years, 6 years, 7 years of being in this industry or learning about communication skills and everything, is it's very, 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 very difficult for us to stick to a process for 90 days. Yet, if we are able to figure that out, how to stick to the process for 90 days, that becomes our breath, and the process itself begins to reward us. So, what will the process for the 90 days include? Well, it's pretty much definitely waking up on time, doing the stuff that I need to, even before that, going to sleep on time, taking care of myself, going live every single day, having all those things in order, every single piece of the puzzle in order, ensuring that there is a lot of reverse engineering being done in which the systems are built and the system itself plays its role in terms of, no, I just have to wake up and follow the system. That's it. There's no emotions attached to it. There's no whether I'm feeling good or not. Let's face it, whether we like it or not, I have to brush my teeth. I have to put on a shirt and then sit down for the live. It's something that I have to do. So why not build a system around it and be consistent in it? I remember when I asked Yogeshwari, come on, I've been live for what, more than 60, 65 days. It's a pretty long time and we are still not getting enough results and all. She said, have you really done this back to back for 90 days? Even now when I'm doing it, have I? Not really. In fact, today is again the brand new day number one. Although episode wise, it's episode number 73. Do I count this as episode number 73? Well, it's always feels good to be on a high and tell everyone that, oh, this is how many episodes we've done. But deep down, I know, and the law of nature and the law of consistency, the law of compounding, it the laws never lie, right? There's this interesting author I found. I mean, I'm a part of quite a few such very interesting communities where I get to learn a lot. So, uh, the name of the author is Richard Templar. Okay, Richard Templar. He has written an amazing series of books called Rules. So different rules. So all the way from rules of work, rules of wealth, rules of management, rules of people, rules of thinking, rules to break, rules of life, rules of living well, how to get what you want, the rules of success, the rules of parenting, all these different set of rules that he has written. That got me thinking that every single time we are facing any kind of a problem, especially as a leader, there has to be a certain set of solutions that are already there, isn't it? Because none of the problems are the problems that are faced for the very first time. It's all about how well are we able to adapt ourselves and understand to find those rules, work towards those rules, work through those rules, that it becomes easier for us to solve the problems. And doing that little bit of research also brings me down to this point that the first and the foremost rule is human beings are embodiments of kindness, and we can never ever be kind to a fellow human being until unless we are kind to ourselves. So To summarize all that we have discussed so far, the first, understanding the problem, creating a vision statement, going deep into it, and then start working towards the actual problem. Once you solve that, again, kindness becomes easy when you address the problem. Number two, asking for help, especially a fellow leader, if not an interdepartmental leader, to get newer perspectives. That will be some of the greatest euphoric moments that you're ever going to experience. Do try it out. Number three, tapping into the resources that will allow you to dive deeper into the problem, shed more light into the problem, and ensuring that you're teaming up with people with those resources that will help you bring more brains to solve the problem at a much faster rate, and also earn the respect of your fellow mates. And of course, the bonus that I just mentioned, identifying what are the rules of the game. And the moment you're able to do so, you will begin to realize you're functioning at a whole new level altogether. Looking back right now, there are these handful of people who've played with these fundamental uh, snippets of kindness and has created some of the greatest dynasties and legacies that's going to stand the test of time once and for all. People like Dale Carnegie, Andrew Carnegie, Bob Proctor, Earl Nightingale, Brian Tracy, Jack Canfield. These are literally the OGs. Okay, Jim Rohn, John Maxwell. They might not be, a lot of them might not be there physically with us right now, but their works are eternal. And that's because they started with kindness. The question is, will you? I'll see you tomorrow. Wishing you a very, very happy new year once again. It really feels good to be back. And the objective is to continue doing the same. This is Dr. Shrideep.